Sup peeps, my name's Ian, I sell books on eBay, and the big question on on my lips is, have my normal everyday sales returned to be supported by all the new sales I'm getting from selling single books? And the answer is no. It's just what I've been selling consistently for the past months has vanished. It's gone, just completely and utterly disappeared. And I don't understand how the whole eBay thing works to know what to do to rectify it. Do I take down all the stuff that started selling and go back to selling just what I sold before, which was worth an awful lot more money to me? Or do I just persist, persevere, and hopefully the whole algorithm thing balances out in the not too distant future and I start getting the sales back in? But the last 3 days, I'm lucky if I've made £15-20 profit a day, which is abysmal, absolutely abysmal. If you're, I guess, if everybody's different, everybody's needs are different, what everybody does is different. I get, compared to some people, I get loads of sales. Compared to others, I don't get many at all. But I need to make money out of this. I need to earn a living. This isn't just, a wee bit of a side hustle that'll pay a wee bit towards the rent or chip in towards the holidays or anything like that. This is income for me. And yesterday, about £100 in sales, just shy £99 in sales. So half of my target, about 80 quid below my average over the last month, and a third, less than a third of my better days. So really, really poor. And it was all low value books that went out, which is, if I was getting £100 worth of these low value sales on top of the 150, 200 that I normally do with the bundles, that would be great because it's an extra few quid. But as it stands, those books, those low value books, don't meet my usual criteria of a third to eBay, a third to the post, and a third to me. It's like 10% to me. Well, maybe closer to 15%, because so much of the sales value is the postage and the fees. It really just does leave a little drop left for me at the other end. I did sell a couple of 3 book bundles yesterday, which made me an extra couple of quid. Without that, I think I would have made about a tenner, which is just pointless. So I don't know how long to give this. It's really a day, 2 days, 3 days. I'm now getting on to 5 days of not making any money, and losing a week's wage. Anyone else out there in the world, you know what that's going to do to your finances moving forward. So I don't know whether give it to kind of tea time, late afternoon today, and see if things have recovered. If they've not, I need to take everything down. I need to take down all of these listings and just get back to the kind of the core stuff that has been selling previously. The risk there is then tomorrow nothing sells, because whatever's happening with the algorithm, it's just dropped off and disappeared. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's very confusing, trying to kind of second guess and work out how eBay works it. I still quite firmly believe that you'll get the same number of impressions, same number of opportunities, kind of regardless of what you do. However they decide on how many people are going to look at your stuff is not based on anything that makes common sense to the majority of us, I'm quite sure. Comment from Trotter, cheers, saying he gets roughly the same number of impressions as me. He's got a smaller store and he doesn't make as many sales, but the impressions are roughly the same. Confusing. You would think that if you've got, I don't know how big that other store is, but if it was 2/3 the size of mine, then I would expect that impressions wise I would get a third more. If it was 90% the size of mine, then I would be expecting kind of 10% more. If it's twice the size, I would be expecting twice more. But it seems that there's a kind of fairly level playing field for how many impressions everybody gets, and I'm still convinced that's based on what platform within eBay you're using, what business shop subscription you've got. So I'm on the middle one, the normal one, 90 quid a month. If Trotter, if you're on the same and you're getting roughly the same impressions as me, that explains it. which means is it worth stepping up to the next one just to get more impressions? It costs 4 or 5 times as much, so does that mean that you would get 4 or 5 times more impressions? I don't know. If anybody's on that standard, I know a couple of you, at least a couple of you out there are, how many impressions a day are you getting paying that extra few £100 a month? I mean, I think it's about £500 a month, including VAT, it works out as. So 5 times as many. Do you get 1.5 million impressions a day for your store? Curious to know. If that was the case, then it's worth paying that extra money, even if you're not fully utilising the available listings, to get 5 times as much traffic coming through. So I'm really, really keen to know how that works for other people. But as it stands, I've got like about a dozen orders going out today. Nearly all of them wee cheap books. A couple a wee bit more, but not much. Still making pennies in each of these. And as I say, if that was on top of what I normally do, that would be great. But it seems to have replaced what I normally do, which is no use to man nor beast. So eBay, man, sort it out. I don't understand what's going on. Where have all my other sales gone? Anyway, let's look at what's going out the door today. First up, and I'm sure I've got these in no correct order whatsoever, we have, by Mr. Ian McEwan, Lessons. Nice little paperback. Had this sitting for ages. Now I've put it onto the new low price listing book. It is sold for £4.66. So a nice wee start. And then another one. Now I just listed this in the last couple of weeks. I've had a couple of different editions of this. The other one sold a few days ago, and now we have this one, Roald Dahl's Complete Short Stories, £4.25. And a lot of these are going out promoted listings. That one didn't, but a lot are going out promoted, which again doesn't make much money. eBay are making a fortune and I am making nothing. So eBay, sort it out, or you're going to make nothing too, because I'll have to stop doing this. Spare by Prince Harry. Sold this I don't know how many times. £6.99 for that one there. It always sells. You see it, pick it up, it always sells. Not huge money, but £6.99 is much better than a kick in the teeth. That's making £2 or £3 on that one. Then we've got a DVD, sealed North and South, Series 3, or Book 3, whatever they want to call it. Book 3 it says in the case, but it is really Series 3 as such. So yeah, nice sealed one, £8. So I mean, that picked that up for like 10p, so that's a nice wee profit on that. Next, we have Emma Yagi, Diary of a Void. Again, a fairly recent pickup, and that sold for £5. So again, it's these ones that are an extra £1 on the things that are, they don't even keep me afloat, but just keep me slightly optimistic about things going forward. So £5 for Emma Yagi's Diary of a Void. And then we have a bundle. This is 3 Kathy Reichs books. So the buyer bought these, then messaged me to say, oh, I've already got one of them, can I swap it? And the 2 that they wanted to swap it for, funnily enough, I only had in hardcover. So Gail, you're a clever girl, you sussed that one out. So I'm just swapping one over, which means they're getting a £4 book instead of a £3 book. But 3 Kathy Reichs books, £9.69. It cost me the same to buy them in, and it's still going to be within that 2 kilos postage, so it makes little difference to me on that side. Right, this one is an international sale. Where's it going to? I don't know where it's going. It's going to somebody called Bella. Kazuo Ishiguro, Clara and the Sun. An author that's, again, quite popular. I always pick up books when I see them. That one went for £4.25. David, buyer's note. Love your videos. Regards, Davy. So Davy, not David, Davy. George Orwell's 1984 will be with you in the next couple of days. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for the purchase. £4.25. Right. Next time on Cara Thomas, The Cheerleaders, £5. So I don't list all the books for £4.25, and it's £4.25 is what I list them for. If everywhere else on eBay they sell for less than that, because that is the very minimum I can sell them for. If they sell for a wee bit more than that typically, then I'll price them a wee bit higher than that typically, which is obviously the case with this one and some of the others that we've already seen. So £5 for The Cheerleaders by Cara Thomas, which takes us on to the other little bundle that's going out today, and it's 3 Lee Child paperbacks, £11.29 for the 3 of those. So again, that's, if people buy all these single books and they buy 2 or 3 at the same time, then that's fine. I'm going to be making some money on them, but that isn't happening. It has happened in this case, although that's from my variation listing, which, you know, 2 sales from that in a day, it's abysmal. Yeah, the 3 of them, £11.29. Ready to head out to Sandra. Pre-made bundle. So I have had a couple of these wee pre-made bundles going out, but still not a lot. Philip Pullman, Dark Materials, the 3 original books. Had loads of these sitting for ages. They weren't selling, so I've just made them up into sets for the trilogy, and that's a couple of them sold already, and I've got another couple left. £8.99 for the 3 of those. So again, it's a small sale, but those 3 books will have cost me about 75p. It'll cost about £3 to post them, a couple of quid to eBay, so I'm making £1 a book, which is better for the one sale. If eBay are only going to let me have so many sales a day, then I don't want to be making £1 on every sale. I want to be making £5, £6, £7, £8, £9, £10 on every sale. And that's the bit. What's the limit? Is it the number of impressions? Do they only let you have so many sales? If it is so many sales, then there's absolutely 0 point in selling low value items. You know, if they say, right, you can have 12 sales a day on average, so some days it might be 10, some days it might be up as 20, but on average you're going to get 12 sales a day. Then if those 12 sales are making you 50p each, it's not worth it in the slightest. You want to make sure that you have stuff which has a higher profit margin. And I always hear other folk on YouTube talking about that, saying, you know, you want a higher sale price. Is that because they know that they're only going to get X number of sales a day, so every sale has to be for a high value item? Or is it just something else which has triggered that thinking? I think, well, I don't want to waste my time only making £1 a sale. I want to make £10 a sale, and they've not actually taken into account the fact that they only get so many sales a day. Or is it completely different? I don't know, but it's beginning to get really frustrating again. £4.35, The Couple Next Door, Shari LaPena. Again, I had a big stack of these, nothing happening with them, took them down, relisted them, listed them different ways, put them back on as the free post at £4 and one sold straight away. £4.35 for Shari LaPena. No idea how you pronounce their name, but that's what I'm going to say. And a final little pre-made bundle, Lord of the Rings, the movie adaptation trilogy, and that went for, guess, £9.99. So again, £2 or £3 on that one. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous and wary about what I should be doing with this. I can't afford another day like what the last 3-4 days have been, but I'm not sure what to do to change it. Let's say another day like that, and that will be, let's just check my performance stats to see what's going on. We ran into a problem, that's helpful. Let's see if it will give me any information at all. Here we go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 days. 5 days where it's just been shocking. The first of those 5 days was just one of those days, you know, I did £350 the day before, and then it dropped down to about £70-80 the day after. Not wearing my glasses, so I can only see the bar and get roughly where it is. And that's just one of those up and down days. But then that's where I had to put a lot of these listings up, and it's just flatlined at my kind of average sales rate, but it's all been, you know, these type of single books rather than what I would usually sell. If I do £150 in sales in a day, then that's usually about £50 to £60 profit, which is not great, but it's enough, just enough to keep things ticking over, where you're not having like panic attacks whenever a bill comes in. More than that means you can eat as well, which is nice. But it's been all these little sales. So instead of making 40, 50 quid, I'm making 10, 15. I think I made 20 quid one day because something slightly bigger went out. But it's brutal, man. It's brutal. And if it doesn't fix today, I don't know which way to go. Any thoughts? Much appreciated. I can't stop because I've got a house full of books and I need to make some money one way or another. But what do I do to get back the sales that have just vanished? And it's so sudden that it has stopped. It's unbelievable. It really has. Just all of these sales moving along, and you know, everything's up and down days. You've heard me talking about that. You do get up and down days, it happens, but it's the same mix of stuff going out every single day for months, and then suddenly all of those sales gone. Don't know what's happening. Anyway, enough of that. I'm beginning to stress myself out talking about it too much. I shall just have to cross my fingers and hope that today goes back to normal. I've got a few books to add into my variation listings, so maybe that'll give them another wee kick, although I have been continuing to list stuff in those sections. It's not like I've started ignoring anything else, and to be honest, over 4 days, if I hadn't listed anything in a particular listing for 4 days, that really shouldn't have a massive impact. But yeah, I'll get those ones listed up. Hopefully that gives it a wee bit of a kickstart. If it doesn't, well, I'll be back tomorrow and tell you what I'm going to do then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Click the like, subscribe, leave a comment, you know, do all of these things. It helps get these videos to a wider audience, so that more people will watch it, and then I can make millions off of YouTube and take it from there. Alright, catch you all later. Bye bye.